How am I seeing one bar? Come on, man. Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. If we see any lagging, I don't know why. It's giving me 2 bars instead of 3. Well, man, this club is crazy. This club is crazy. So, looks like Bayern Munich are in a weird situation. Thomas Tuchel is making a demand to the club, and apparently it's annoying the board members. Also, some news around Ibrahim Sangar. Bayern are linked to him and really look like we could be signing him, according to Santi JFM on Twitter, who's a journalist. But this is the same guy saying we were going to sign Kefram Turam to be our DM, which made no sense whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know, man. Also, some latest updates on Pavard. More updates on Kane. Dang it, man. The worst thing about the Kane update or the Kane transfer saga is that it's over. No more view hunting for me. All right. Well, here's this from Alto Belly from Build and Christian Falk saying Thomas Tuchel's demand for a new holding midfielder annoy not only the bosses but also the team. You guys can't even see that. Unprofessional. We see you, we hear you. All right, cool. The bars are higher again, like gold. Gold bars. Okay, good. Yeah, no lags, all right? Hit the like button if you haven't. Also, Brad, I don't know what people are doing on these match reaction comments, but I was reading comments. Oh, Casemiro played for Man United. You don't have ball knowledge. I guess in the beginning of that stream, I said, oh, Casemiro's attached to United the same way Matisse Tel's attached to Bayern. Which, I mean, if you're hearing that, you're going, ah. But if you understand the context of the situation, I'm clearly talking about Tchouaméni. It just so happens that I mistook Tchouaméni for Casemiro because Tchouaméni replaced Casemiro. That's who I was talking about. But the comments were like, you don't even know who Casemiro's playing for. Like, bro, how many times on stream have I talked about Casemiro Man United? A billion times. So, yeah, I don't know. These know-it-alls that think, oh, I got you. You don't know ball. Stupid freaking children. All right, anyways, Thomas Tuchel's demands for a new holding midfielder and not annoy not only the bosses, but also the team. The point of having discussion is that Kimmich sees himself in this role. Kimmich sees himself as a DM, as a holding midfielder. Bruh, you can't even hold your temper. Shut the hell up about you a holding midfielder. You ain't holding nothing, bro. With you as a holding midfielder, we've just been holding L's in Champions League knockouts. Come on. While Tuchel sees him as a 8, and that's what Kimmich is. Kimmich is a modern-day Toni Kroos. That's what he should be. That's what he should aspire to be. Someone that is involved heavily in the buildup of his team and also creates chances higher up the field. Nothing wrong with that. Toni Kroos won, 4 Champions Leagues at Madrid doing that? Joshua Kimmich should leave his ego out of this and not think he's a holding midfielder because defensively speaking, he gets overpassed, overrun a lot. I mean, he covers a lot of grass, so does a lawnmower. That doesn't mean he's fast. Kimmich's very slow. And he doesn't make up for it with his physicality. Casemiro isn't particularly fast, but he's robust in challenges and tackles, and he has long legs. Look at Tchouaméni, very built like a truck, man. We need a semi-truck in this midfield. Joshua Kimmich should understand this, and he should be advocating for Bayern to sign a DM. And everyone doesn't really think about this, but Bayern have never reached a Champions League semifinal with Kimmich and Goretzka in midfield. Thiago is the reason our midfield functions so well. And if anyone thinks we've ever won a Champions League with Kimmich or reached a semifinal, and you're thinking, what about 2020? Kimmich was a right back. Pavard got injured after the Chelsea game, and Kimmich, while we were in was it Lisbon? Yeah, in Portugal, had to come into the right back position, and it was a midfield of Goretzka and Thiago Alcantara. So that's really what people have to remember here. But I guess some people just don't remember these things. In a personal conversation, Tuchel is said to have recently accused Kimmich of slowing down the game, a criticism that, although justified, does not strengthen Kimmich's self-confidence. I love Kimmich. I think I like his gimmick. See what I did there? Yeah, I like Kimmich. I enjoy his play style when it comes to passes, but this isn't entirely wrong. I mean, there are times where I just think Kimmich should just send this ball over the top and get it to a teammate higher up the field, and instead he'll go with Pavard with a straight pass sideways. But I don't think this is really the criticism we should be giving Kimmich here. Kimmich has, bro, like you watch some of these sequences in our buildup, and he's doing it all by himself. There's so much pressure on him because we don't have a DM, someone that can also kind of help in the buildup. We just don't have that. We also don't have any ball carrying from midfield. Our best midfield ball carrier sits on the bench. His name's Gravenberch. He's on the bench because defensively speaking, he's not great, I guess, even though his ball recoveries are good. He's okay in duels. He has long legs. You know, I think if we get a DM and the sources are saying Sangari, I don't know how you say his name, and let me read his name out and read the story that is now coming out. Eredivisie, Bayern are discussing personal terms with Ibrahim Sangari. A proposal will be submitted. Bro, you can't even type. What's going on? A proposal will be submitted in the next days. That's what you should say. I guess English isn't his first language, but I'm just saying, come on, you're a journalist. You get paid for this. This is your job. You work for freaking Mercado, bro. Oh, not Mercado. FT Redicon. That sounds like a big... Yeah, you work for Foot Mercado. Yeah, that is a newspaper. Right, you got to spell better than this. Player, Bayern want to reach an agreement with the player before triggering the release clause of 37 million euros. PSG are also interested. So, yeah, look, if you guys don't know anything about Sangari, I don't blame you. I mean, none of us here watch the Eredivisie, not because we don't care, but because we don't care. Apparently, Liverpool are looking at him as well, and it looks like there's a bunch of clubs looking at Sangari. It looks like it was either Casado or Lavia, and Sangari was like third on that list. What I've looked at when I watch Sangari in these highlights is he's very, very gifted on the ball. I mean, he reminds me of Pogba, but defensively responsible. Yeah, just really like tall, 6'3". So the physicality is obviously there. He's from the jungles of Cote d'Ivoire. You know what I'm saying? The Ivory Coast. So I think Sangari could be a really interesting option for Bayern. I mean, people put out other names like Florentino Luis. If you guys want to see a detailed video of me talking about the DMs we could sign, go ahead and check out the video I made on DMs we should sign. Midfielders Bayern need to sign. Now, of course, in my list, I talked about Tchouameni. I also talked about Matt Weaver, who no one's really talking about. I mean, Twitter Bayern is talking about it, but not the club. There's no links. So it doesn't look like that could ever happen. I'm kind of optimistic, though, if we get a Sangari, because that's someone I really don't know. And maybe he's one of those players that just comes in and no one really knew him, and he puts his name out there on the map. The only concern you could have about Sangari is how does he translate from the Eredivisie to the Bundesliga to Europe's top 5 leagues? And that's really where you got to watch him against Arsenal. And I tried to look at the games. I went to like every source I could look at for long-form games, like replays, and nothing was available. So I really couldn't watch Sangari. And I'm not clicking on PSV versus Ajax, bro. What do I look like? I'm watching Europa League and Champions League highlights. And I like analyzing players like that. I usually watch a game or two. And, of course, I'm skipping and just seeing the moments they participate in the game. And then that's how you judge the player. But so far, PSV fans are telling me he's good. Right? Sangari is super good, really physical. I guess he reads the game well. And, yeah, you know, he can intercept, tackling. He's strong in a tackle, and dribbling and passing. His through balls are good. So, like these words, these buzzwords you'll read on Who Scored, that's what PSV fans are confirming to me. I just hope, like I said, he somehow makes it into the league. It looks like he already got an assist, man. He played in the Eredivisie. I didn't know the Eredivisie started. So you're telling me the Bundesliga is the last league in Europe to get started again? What's wrong with this? Yeah, so it looks like PSV played. I can't. There's no names here for some reason. Yes, PSV played Utrecht, and Sangari got an assist. So that's interesting. And he's in the middle of a midfield three, which tells me, yeah, he's really anchoring them, and that's his role. I would love for Bayern to sign a DM. I just forgot we had a live chat. Let me read the chat here really quickly. Wish we could trigger Diego Costa. I mean, Tuchel isn't just demanding a midfielder, he's demanding a goalkeeper. Guys, we need a goalkeeper. I don't know if you guys know this, but Ulreich is trash. And we're now linked to Stefan Ortega, who left Arminia Bielefeld for Man City. We were linked to Stefan Ortega, but Bayern decided to do the bright thing of bringing back Sven Ulreich. You might not remember this, but we gave Ulreich for free to Nuremberg, I believe. Only thing I know about Nuremberg is the Nuremberg trials. And we gave him for free. He was there for about 5 months, and then Bayern just decided to get him back. It's just a really odd transfer. We let the man go, gave him a farewell, and then brought him back. I never rated Ulreich. Everyone overgasses his 2018 stint when Neuer got injured before the World Cup, and Ulreich had to come in and fill in for our Champions League games. And if I'm being completely honest, he wasn't that crazy good. Ulreich is just the definition of average. He's just an average backup goalkeeper. He'll never be a good goalkeeper. He'll never be exceptional. He's already 35 or something. Honestly, this is the kind of thing we're talking about. Instead of spending money on Bonassar, why don't we spend the wages we would pay Bonassar on a good backup goalkeeper? I mean, it's a very important role, being a backup goalkeeper. Even Pep Guardiola in his press conference said, there's no way, we cannot let Stefan Ortega go. More than you can believe, we cannot let him go. Pep is absolutely right. Why would you want to let your backup goalkeeper go if he's good? If he can come in for Ederson and replace him if Ederson were to get injured. And by the way, Alisson Becker apparently could be linked on a move out of Liverpool, but they're sending him a big, big offer. And, you know, if he's trying to leave Liverpool, then, yeah, we should go in. Liverpool are losing their sauce, man. Klopp is losing his pull. Yo, y'all seen what Chelsea did? Chelsea did the most outrageous thing to Liverpool, bro. They smashed their girl in front of them, bro. It's crazy. They did an Adam 22. Chelsea really did that to Chelsea. They did a cucko. It was insane. They got two players in front of Liverpool's eyes while Liverpool were interested. That's like your homeboy rizzing up one girl you wanted, and then you go to another one, and he comes up and rizzes her up again. And, bruh, it's crazy. I really don't know what Chelsea are putting in these players' drinks when they're talking to them. Because everyone wants to go to Chelsea. I mean, Todd Bowley is going to be paying you hella money. You're getting an 8-year contract. Like, there's really no downsides to that. I mean, if you flop, you get an 8-year deal. Like, I think that's one of their marketing or one of their strategies to sign these players, giving them these insane long-term contracts. An insane deviation from the typical 4-year, 3-year, 5-year deals we see. But whatever. It's Chelsea. It's what they do. Spend a bunch of money and perhaps win the same thing they win every year. Maybe a trophy, maybe not. Who knows? Yeah. Going back to Bayern's situation, I mean, Kepa Arrizabalaga, who I wouldn't mind right now. I think Kepa's better than Ulreich, but he's now off to Real Madrid and not going to happen with Bayern. We were close to getting Kepa, and then Courtois decided to just pick up an ACL. And then, by the way, I think Militao got an ACL injury, and he's out for another 6 to 9 months. I feel bad for Real Madrid fans. This probably means Tchouameni is going to stay 100% because he might play center back for them at this rate. I don't even know. I mean, they still have good depth. I mean, Rudiger is good, Alaba, Nacho, and all these other dudes. I'll be honest with you guys, man. I'm really annoyed with this transfer window. I mean, we spent so many months, just so many weeks, so many valuable days negotiating with Daniel Levy that it sucked the energy out of this club. We went into this transfer window knowing we needed a DM. And it's funny because I don't think Tuchel is a good enough manager for us. I think he is consistently making some bad mistakes. And I never rated him before he joined us. I thought the Champions League run was kind of one of those things. If City were on their A game, they would have won that game. But I think Tuchel, tactically speaking, is good, but he's not Pep level. He's not Klopp level in his prime, right? I think he's just, whatever. Well, it's interesting that even though I disagree with Tuchel on many things and his philosophy, we have a similar player profile. I mean, he's seeing the same things I'm seeing with Kimmich. He's seeing the same things I'm seeing with our lack of DM. He knew we needed a striker, which kind of obvious to anyone. Actually, maybe not so obvious. I mean, we were scoring almost the same amount of goals without Lewandowski than we were with him. So we weren't really scoring way less goals, but our play was different. I think Tuchel now understands this. Also, another thing, you guys think there's plausibility in the fact that our build-up play in possession when we're getting pressed is worse because we don't have a DM? I think so. I think if you had a lanky, tall guy in there that could receive the ball, then yeah, man. Yeah, so Sangare reminds me of like a Yaya Toure. If you guys remember, Yaya Toure. You guys know how Yaya Toure used to play, except, of course, I'd say he's more defensive than Yaya Toure. But his ball carrying, where he looks like he could lose the ball at any moment, but never loses it. Yeah, that's what Sangare kind of reminds me of. Not because they're both from the Ivory Coast, but I'm sure there's some inspiration there, for sure. There has to be some inspiration. Yeah, I don't know, whoever we're signing for DM, I mean, let's just go ahead and sign them because I'm getting kind of tired of this myself, to be honest. I just want someone who anchors our midfield, brings physicality, and allows our attackers to play with a lot more freedom, knowing that someone at the back, can help them. Madrid play very transitional football, but you don't really notice it. They kind of play like us a little bit, where like sometimes their combinations are out of this world, but they're not like 69% possession. They're very. I think they have they have a way better midfield than ours. But the reason I'm mentioning that is they play that similar transition, right? Where they adapt to opponents sometimes. They're not like Pep where they keep possession all the time. Yeah, you don't really notice. You don't notice it because when they do lose the ball and they're getting countered, Tchouameni's there. Camavinga's there. So they have that defensive synergy in their midfield, which allows their defense to kind of operate with way less responsibility. So, yeah, I think you guys just watch how Madrid's midfield defends. That's what I'm looking for Bayern. And watch how they take the ball from the opponent and immediately start a counterattack. Your DM can be the start of your attacks and also the person that breaks down the opponent's attacks. So, yeah, I hope if it's Ibrahim Sangar, then, so be it. If it's Ibrahim Sangar. Let me get your opinions. By Alex Merritt. See, here's the thing. Bayern are in a weird situation because, everyone in here was saying, let's go Diego Costa. Wait, is it Diego Costa? Yeah, Diego Costa. Sorry. Bro, his name is Costa, but it's not Diego. It's Diego. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, well, his release clause is $75 million. If we're buying a DM and a $75 million goalkeeper, then I guess we just turned into Chelsea. We're not doing it, right? And if the DM is Sangar, his release clause is only $37 million, which, by the way, in today's market is a bargain. If that guy turns out to be like 80% of what Tchouameni is, bruh, that's a barg. That's a freaking dunk right there. Also, apparently, we're linked to Szczesny now. Wardrzak Szczesny from Juventus. I don't know, man. There's just so much news flying around. We're linked to Stefan Ortega, Szczesny, all of these things. I feel like I'm just ignoring the goalkeeper talk because now there was a thing where Bono apparently was in talks with Bayern, and Bayern pulled out of the talks because too much money. So I'm just done with it. I don't care anymore who we get for goalkeeper. As long as it's better than Ulreich, I'm happy. Because I'm not really going to sit here like, oh man, we got to sign this. It doesn't matter what I say because this club is going to sign somebody. So, yeah. And now people are saying Magnin, CDM. Someone says Andre Trindande. Look, I don't know who that is. And I'm sure he's good. But at this point, I just hope this club gets anybody, man. So Andre Trindande plays for Fluminense. And I guess you probably saw some highlights. I can talk about Sengar because we're linked to him. I can torque for Matt's refurb, but I don't know what that does. So, like, just be realistic. Who would you guys want to see at DM? I mean, you think we just go for Sengar? Sangari? Sorry, man. I don't know how to say this man's name. I don't know if it's Sangari or Sengar. It's very conflicting here. Yeah, man. I just really want a DM. I've been wanting a DM since Thiago left. The moment Thiago left, it's crazy. Every game, I just never even talked about the midfield when Thiago was starting. I just assumed we were winning that game. But now I really got to like talk about it. Like, guys, we're signing. We got to sign this. Yeah. Oh man. Man, if we could just get a DM that imagine somebody no one knows yet. That's why you need scouts. Because when Brighton go ahead and sign some Carlos Balaba from some league in France or some team in France, no one knows him, and then everyone knows him. You know, like I don't want us to just sign anybody. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying let's sign somebody that's going to be. Let's sign somebody that's a nobody that's going to be somebody. But they're already kind of proven that they are someone. That's what I want. You know, I'm just hoping we get one of those players that like Camavinga. I mean, that's so different though because Camavinga was already almost a superstar by the time he left. Rennes, or was it Rennes? No, where did he leave? I think it was Rennes. Yeah, it was. Chouameni was already that guy when he left Monaco. Oh my, yeah, that man had like 400 games for the. Bro, he started playing when he was 2 years old. Damn, I'm really watching Sengar highlights while talking at the same time, multitasking. This man just conceded a penalty, bro. That was not a good tackle. Okay, that was good. Again, good ball carrying there. Very secure in possession. And also the pace is there. Good tackle, good recovery. Yeah, he's not a speed merchant, which I don't care for. I think there's a difference between if you have the ability to read the game, bro, you could play the game at a walking pace. You ever see Messi be sprinting like a lunatic trying? Nah, he just knows what he's doing all the time because his brain is working. Players that need to be running active all the time, those guys just they do too much. Sergio Busquets. I would love a player like Prime Busquets. Bro, some of y'all kids don't remember. I was forced to care about Barcelona because all my friends are Barca fans. I used to watch these games. Bro, I did not know how anyone could not beat Busquets because I was so young. Busquets was so good. Now, you see him and he's losing the ball, but that man never lost the ball in all my years in middle school. I don't remember a single time he was dispossessed. And Barcelona's midfield was just stable. I mean, think of that midfield. Xavi, Iniesta. Those aren't defensive players. Xavi was basically an attacking midfielder. He was basically what Modric is now, but even less defensive. Xavi himself was like an even more offensive, or not even more offensive, but way less defensive than most box-to-box midfielders were at that time. Yet their midfield just looked amazing. Everyone goes, "Oh, it was their defense." Nah, y'all aren't thinking. When Busquets makes an interception in midfield, you don't credit that to the defense. You credit that to Busquets' reading of the game. And Sergio Busquets would just be there right where he had to be at all times. So that's what I want in our midfield, man. Somebody that's just there. They just put a leg out, make an interception. I don't want tackles. I want interceptions. Interceptions means you read the situation and you made a critical move to stop play. That's what breaking up play means. It doesn't mean, oh, every 90 minutes you made 4 tackles. No, it means every 90 minutes you broke up every attack. And whether that was a tackle or a block or something, you did something to stop the opponent's momentum. You could have fouled them like a tactical foul. Sell Pavard. Oh, and speaking of Benjamin Pavard, that bum, apparently Man United won't buy him for the amount of money they should. Apparently Bayern rejected a 25. Bro, I'll just accept any bid for this guy at this point. Did you guys see what he did? You know, to all you guys that are like, Pavard is such a professional. No, he's a petty little weirdo who complains when he doesn't play. He complains every second he doesn't play. Well, he went and posted a fire emoji after Man United beat Wolves. Not Wolfsburg, Wolves. Because he's trying to get that move. He's tapping it up. He's hyping it up. And I hope he goes to United and stinks it out for them, because I'm tired of seeing this guy at my club, man. It's crazy. Paulinho? I mean, I don't know. Limer is mid? Nah, he's worse than mid. He's just not good. But I don't know how we did this to ourselves, man. He liked United's post. Yeah, leave my club. Gabri Viega. Don't know who that is. We're not linked to him, so that's all I know. I might be coming out loud as irritated, but I mean, reading that Kimmich thinks he's a holding number 6, just it's like a bad taste in my mouth. It's like, are you stupid? Have you been here for all your years of playing number 6? George really looked at Spurs only for Bayern to get pooped on by an energy drink. I really laughed at Spurs. I mean, it ain't like you guys won. You lost. and yours was worse because you should have won, apparently. We need a new winger. See, I am irritated today when I'm reading comments like we need a winger when I'm talking about us needing a DM. I don't think we need a new winger, man. A winger doesn't change anything in this team. Also, I find this statement from Marco Friedel from Werder Bremen saying Bayern are beatable. We got to cook Wolves or Werder Bremen then this Friday. We got to cook them, because I'm not vibing with that statement. This man just said we're beatable. Nah, every team should be terrified of us. But if I'm being completely honest, we are beatable though. Like, that's the thing. I mean, Leipzig just beat us. We lost a bunch last season. We are beatable. So he's right, but we have to change that perception. There's a reason Marco Friedel is saying Bayern are beatable, because we are beatable. So the only way to change that is to be unbeatable. That means everyone we play, we're smacking you. It should be a guarantee that Bayern win. So, yeah. But if you're a Dortmund fan reading that, going, "Oh, Bayern are beatable," no, you're still going to lose to us because you're Dortmund. Your club's just full of freaking sissies. You will lose because you guys have no cojones. Frankfurt is looking good. Yo, Jasper, man, you gonna name your daughter or your son Frankfurt because this man, you gonna name your boy Antrieg. How are you, Antrieg? Yeah, because this man is obsessed. Frankfurt do not look different than they did last season, for being honest. You also wanted us to sign Marcus Crochet, who has a good track record, but I mean, his CV, his resume from this summer actually does not look great. I mean, yeah, they got Robin Cushion, right? They brought in some other players, 9 million, 5 million, some, cheap signings, Hugo Larson, but they lost Evan Ndika, free transfer. Deichi Kamada, free transfer. Jibri So, who's literally their midfield kingpin, to Sevilla for 10 million. Goalkeeper, Dian Ramage for 4 million. Who's that? Yo, he better not be some good keeper, man. Dian Ramage. What the hell? I mean, damn, who's that? Yo, make sure he ain't the next Neuer or something, bro. Let's make sure we scout. Do some scouting. All right, well, some season predictions. Maybe we could just do that for the next 5 seconds. Who do you guys think the player of the season is going to be? We just need to accept that Leipzig is our new rival. Once the team realizes that, maybe we can face them with the same fire as if crushing Dortmund. Yeah, Union Berlin bought Robin Gosens. Yeah, they're pretty hyped about that. That's good business, but I don't know if Gosens. I guess they're raising the profile of their club. Yo, where is Isco Alarcon going? He's probably heading to Saudi Arabia, huh? He should have really gone to Union Berlin. Oh, Real Betis. Yeah, now you're playing for Real Betis. No Champions League football. He could have really done something new in Germany, man. Some players just can't leave their home country for some reason. Isco, in his prime, was a freaking baller, man. You guys remember those Champions League seasons when Isco was just cooking everyone? 2018 was his year. And then it's like a decline, dog. Yeah, every now and then you get that one player that just has that's finished after two seconds. Herder never capitalized on their location. Union is doing it. Well, Herder Berlin is proof that money doesn't buy you happiness, because they did spend a lot of money. No one expected them to spend the kind of money they did. They did, and still could not make it out of the hood, staying in the projects forever. Herder Berlin had a summer where they spent like 200 million. It was actually insane. Here's a training update. Musiala was given a rest and is expected back tomorrow. I don't know why. Probably smart, because you guys remember in the Monaco game, it looked like he busted his knee or something. Like, I was really scared. And then I guess he was just fine. But yeah, it's important to give players rest. I don't know what he's resting from, though, if he's just tired. Stanisic, resume training. Neuer worked individually. Guerrero remains sidelined. Bro, I forgot we signed that guy. That's how unimportant he is for this team. Just forgot it. Yo, Neymar's off to Al Hilal. Yeah. My man's going to collect that 100 millies a season. PSG are getting 100 million euros. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of tempted to start watching the Saudi league, man. Yo, Neymar playing. Wait, so hold on. Al Hilal, right? Al Hilal. Yo, isn't that the team with Firmino? Oh, Ruben Neves, Koulibaly. Oh, Neymar's gonna be playing with Salim Adversarari, bro. Nice. I know who that is totally. He's gonna be playing with Andre Carrillo. So I guess this team has the most amount of Brazilians, so they're just bringing Neymar in, which is kind of smart. Neymar just gets to play alongside his countrymen. Oh, they also bought Malcolm. Yeah, it makes sense, Neymar and Malcolm. Wait, I thought this was a team with Firmino. Roberto Firmino. Sí, señor. Firmino plays for Al Ali. Okay. That's the one with Mahrez and all the other guys. Oh my gosh. PSG's finished. Thiago back. Thiago's 32, 35 now. I don't even know, bro. That man is old. He's also more injury prone than we remembered him. Amrabat, Sangar, Ortega. Yeah, I don't want Amrabat. I think he's very combative for sure. Just on the ball, he's way less limited than. But I actually think I understand why you would say Amrabat. Wait, nah, I don't think it's possession with Amrabat. I don't know. You know what? I'd take Amrabat because I don't. Beggars can't be choosers, bro. I'm begging anything. I'll take them. It looks like Send got its verification blue tick. Am I responsible? I saw your tweet offering them assistance. I think you got the wrong page. They don't have a blue tick. Oh, they did get their blue tick. I am not responsible. I offered to pay for it. And their response to me was, nah, basically, it was a no. But they did end up getting their blue tick, which I'm happy about because their reach is going to be so much bigger. And they might actually make their page profitable. I mean, no, for real, like getting that blue tick means monetization on Twitter. And they can really start making thousands of dollars a month. Now, I understand what they told me was, oh, it's about fan service just for free. But yeah, I mean, that's cool, but get paid. It doesn't change the experience people have with your tweets. All it means is when they do see ads, which they're going to do anyways, you get paid for it. Take money from Elon's pockets. That sounds better. So I don't know why so many people. It's weird, but I'm glad they got their blue tick. I can take credit at least for putting it out into the atmosphere because I thought it was really important that they would do that. Mm. Yeah, getting paid on Twitter is wild. No wonder that Trey United guy wants to come back so bad. Well, I don't know why he got banned. Maybe he was promoting something. I really don't know why. But Elon should free the boy, man. Yeah, I feel bad for Trey, man. The reason I feel bad for him is he really had he could have been making money. That man lives in Nigeria probably, right? He could have been making bank. And dude, Twitter now offers an opportunity for anyone to almost make you not almost, but really make. Bro, I saw this weird account that's always tweeting about Twitch streamers, and that account made like $5,000 from just reposting Twitch streams or not like clips, you know? I'm like, bro, that's fair. Like, I really have no jealousy. I'm actually happy for him because now you can just sit there producing content and getting paid for it. If you're going to be posting on a site, you might as well be getting paid. I think that's what's going to make Twitter more desirable to be on than all the other platforms out there. I mean, YouTube pays, but think about the amount of effort that goes into creating this live stream. I got to first of all have lights that shine on my beautiful face and make sure I have a good camera quality. But if I was on Twitter, I don't need any of that. I don't need to set up a thumbnail and do all. Nah, just tweet and bait some people into liking it. Why bring back Hoiberg? Now Hoiberg isn't good enough. Hoiberg. Bellingham eats Pam. Why do you guys talk like Twitter, man? This is YouTube. Why do you talk like this? Prambat. Bruh, why don't you just say Bellingham is better than Amrabat? And by the way, that's a stupid statement. Oh, Iniesta's better than Messi. How can you even compare them? Amrabat is a DM. Bellingham is not. Saudi Pro League seems more competitive than Messi Pro League. I mean, the MLS. Oh, you're funny. Messi League Soccer, I guess. Well, I can probably say yes to that, but that doesn't mean one's going to be more successful. Because I can guarantee you there are other leagues more competitive than the Prem, all these top 5 leagues. It's about the quality of the product you produce. And sometimes competition has nothing to do with that. Sometimes you can just, I think the MLS has a huge advantage that it's servicing the biggest sports consuming market in the world by far. If Americans cared about soccer as much as they do about hand egg and basketball, perhaps, this sport, football, would be like the MLS would be 5 times bigger than the Prem. Just because of, the average Prem stadium, 45,000 people. And if you have 50 American cities with a team with 4 different conferences in each coast, you got the West Coast, you got the South Conference, and you have 50 teams with 100,000 capacity stadiums. It doesn't come close. And then the amount of money that's going to be pumped in by fans just spending, it's ridiculous, dude. I'm out here yawning at 4 p.m. Porridge just finished. Oh my gosh, I'm finished. All right, well, I'm out of here, man. I'm tired. I'm tired. It ain't easy, Saeed said. So I need to just go to the gym and gain my energy back. Yeah, it's a giant monopoly. Yep. Well, I do watch Inter Miami now. Whenever I see, bruh, you can't not watch it. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. Messi, these referees they got told something. There was a sequence where Messi or someone fouled a Charlotte FC player, their number 10, ironically. They fouled Charlotte's number 10. And 10 seconds later, the referee let that go. And then 10 seconds later, literally the exact same thing happened to Messi. And he called it as a foul. Crazy. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching. Damn, you guys should be putting in comments when I'm about to leave. We can win the Champions League, believe in our attack, but not our defense. Can't Tuchel make us defensively compact like Chelsea first games? In big games, yeah, I don't mind playing defensive, but we're Bayern. We got to impose our will on any team that's not on our level. We can't respect anyone. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia and peace.